Bacamino.
Present.
Ms. Collegio. Present. Mr. Green.
Here.
Mr. Sadowski.
Here.
Mr. Stevens. Present. Mr. Warner.
Here.
Mr. St. Pierre. Here. In regards to council determinations, Mr. Secretary, ma'am. In regards to, I'm going to do this in regards to the council determinations. On Monday, we followed the council rules of procedure. And the council rules of procedure for organization states that the council shall meet on the first Monday following each regular city election. And at the meeting, the council shall appoint standing committees, which we did, and appoint representatives to the other advisory commissions, Employees Retirement System, Board of Trustees, and appoint a president, vice president, secretary, and assistant secretary. We did. And I also want to announce the newly revised charter city council at this time. As president, they elected me. Thank you, colleagues. Vice President Patrick Green, Council Secretary Scott Stevens, Assistant Secretary Keith Sadowski. Now, in regards to, we have Patrick Green from District 1, we have Keith Sadowski from District 2, we have myself, Cecil St. Pierre from District 3, we have Steve Warner from District 4, we have Robert Bacamino from District 5, and we have Kelly Collegio at large, and Scott Stevens, also at large, and Mayor Pro Tem. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And so, in regards to council determinations, we'll move to item number 4, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item 4, adoption of the consent agenda.
So moved.
Support with discussion, please.
Motion by Green, support by Sadowski.
Yes, Mr. President.
Ms. Collegio.
Yes, I would request that item 4S and 4B removed from the consent agenda. S and P. 4P and 4S. Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Secretary.
Thank you. In addition to Councilwoman Collegio's items she wants to pull from the consent agenda, I would like to move an item from the agenda to the consent agenda, that being item 16F, and that would be moved to the consent agenda, last item on the consent agenda, and with a determination by council for the date of the public hearing on December 13th, 2011.
Agreed.
Mr. Green and Mr. Sadowski, you accept those changes?
Yes, sir.
Any further changes? We'll question the motion. Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Sadowski?
Yes.
Mr. Bacamino?
Yes.
Ms. Collegio? Yes. Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
Mr. Warner?
Yes.
So done. Next item, Mr. Secretary.
Okay, let me. Item 5, adoption of the agenda.
Motion to approve with discussion? Support.
Motion by Sadowski, support by Green. Discussion?
Thank you, Mr. President. Council Secretary, I wish to remove my item 20A. When I had asked to have the item put on, I inadvertently left the backup off, and I wanted council to have that backup. So I will ask to have that put on for the first meeting in December.
To remove item 20A.
Under council
Councilman
business.
Keith Sadowski, discussion, NRA, council e-packets.
Yes, sir.
Removed from the agenda. Okay.
Any more amendments to the motion?
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Secretary.
On the agenda, item 16A has a glitch in it, and I need to ask the city attorney for his opinion on it. So through the chair to the city attorney, the administration wants to pull this item. One of the bidders is not willing to abide by the price that they quoted. It was a tabled item. what I'm asking is, do we need to wait till we get to that item, untable it, and vote it down, or can we pull it as a tabled item?
I think you can do it either way, whichever way, but you'll have to remove it from the table and then vote on it.
So we would have to address the item now, remove it from the table, and then
That's correct.
pull it from the
Yes,
agenda.
That's correct.
Okay.
That would have to be the procedure that we
And
follow.
we'll just leave it in place and
Vote it
take
down?
time. Yes.
Okay.
Any more amendments to the agenda?
The item 4P will become 16F, and item 4S will become 4G.
Yes,
Or 16G, excuse me.
Anything else?
And that's all we have.
Mr. Sadowski and Mr. Green, is that satisfactory to you?
Yes, sir.
With that motion, is there, all in favor, say aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. And next item, Mr. Secretary.
Item 6, approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of October 25th, 2011.
So moved. Support.
Motion by Mr. Warner, support by Mr. Green. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it. Next item, Mr. Secretary.
Item 7, approval of the bills.
Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the bills.
Motion by Mr. Green.
Mr. President?
We need a support.
Oh, sorry.
Who got a support? Support. Support by Sadowski. Ms. Collegio.
Yeah, Mr. President, discussion?
Yes, you have the floor.
Yes, through the chair, if I could speak with a representative from the Controller's Office. Good evening, Mr. Malzek, how are you?
Good, how are you?
First of all, I'd like to thank you for taking so much time to answer so many numerous questions from me today, being new. Your patience was greatly appreciated. I have one question for you. On page 3, bill number 512155, and the amount of $4,955. It says to Christopher Prez, DDS PC, District Court, Drug Court Dental Service. Could you explain that to me, please? Exactly who the dental service is for and what fund that comes out of?
Sure. Those are from the Drug Court Dental Service, and so what that happens is those are not paid by city funds, those are actually paid by grants. We have 2 grants, one a federal and one a state grant. So those are, the bills are paid out of the grants, and therefore no city money is used on those.
Okay, so no city money.
No.
I had one more question for you. On page 14, bill number 512137, Great Lakes Landscaping, routine maintenance, mowing ground maintenance, $1,447. Can you explain what that's for? I know on one of our other items, we have another company that has a pretty large bid for lawn mowing and maintenance. I'm just curious what this exactly is for.
Right. This is with Great Lakes Landscaping, and
Yes.
you'll see that, I think you just pulled that one off of the consent agenda. We're going to have that up as we're extending their contract one more year. This service is for the 2011 grass cutting season, and the bid is for the contract is for the 2012 grass cutting season.
Okay. All right, thank you. Thanks. No more questions, Mr. President. That's it.
Mr. Chair, if I may too, I just want to let everyone know that the
Above it.
next November 22nd at 7 o'clock, the mayor's going to be presenting the water budget. Just want to let the people at home know that. And then also the water audit, 2010 water audit will also be discussed at the next council meeting. So I just want to give you that update.
We did see a packet, a budget. I believe it was about 97 million. There's quite a few dollars involved. We did receive that when we first had our first meeting, the organizational meeting.
Yep, okay.
That was general fund? Where's the water budget? Is that when it's going to be presented?
The water budget, no, you'll be getting that this week.
Okay,
You'll be getting that Thursday.
all right,
That was my question. Thank you.
thanks. Glad we cleared that up. I'll have the right budget now.
Mr. Chair?
Mr. Sadowski.
If we could we come down to City Hall and pick ours up early?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will it be available for us if we came tomorrow to get it?
Yep, I can get that to you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Okay.
Who do we have, who made the motion? Any further discussion in regards to the list of bills? Who made the motion?
I think I did.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Sadowski?
Yes.
Mr. Warner?
Yes.
Mr. Bacamino?
Yes.
Ms. Colegio?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens? Yes. Mr. St. Pierre, yes. And the next item, Mr. Secretary.
Item 8, approval of the building authority checks, meeting of November 1st, 2011.
Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Green,
Support.
support by Warner. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, I'll question the motion. Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Warner?
Yes.
Mr. Bacamino?
Yes.
Ms. Colegio?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens?
No.
Mr. Sadowski?
Yes.
Mr. St. Pierre, yes. Next item.
Item 9, announcements.
Mr. Chair?
Mr. Sadowski?
I have sad news. I got a call on Monday from Tony Police. His brother, John, his older brother, John, passed away on Sunday. When we talk about the greatest generation, we talk about people of his age and of Tony's generation. These are the kind of people that you imagine. John Police served not only in World War II, but also served in Korea. He was a Navy man, and a Navy man, I guess what you would consider a lifer, served during World War II, and Tony, I know you told me it was Seabees, I believe was the platoon, and they were tasked with building the runway that the Enola Gay landed on, and where the bomb was loaded that eventually went over to Japan. It was treacherous work because they were always under threat of Japanese snipers, and he had lost several of his friends as they built that runway. I didn't know John, but talking to you on Monday and hearing more about his life and about your family, what to me sounds like what was a very good brother, as well as a friend to you. So our condolences go out to you, and my guess is that him and Tony, or him and Sam right now, are probably forming their own little card game up there, or their own little powwow. So, again, our condolences go out to you, and in a moment of silence, if you could, for John Police.
Anybody else? Let's have a moment of silence for John, please. Thank you, Mr. Zadowski. Any further announcements? Mr.
President.
Bacamino.
Again, on a sad note, a large part of Warren history also passed away since our last council meeting. Mr. Frederick S. Gemmel, at age 86, died October 29th at St. John Hospital in Warren. Mr. Gemmel was born October 16, 1925, again, part of that greatest generation. And Fred was a resident of Warren since 1931, serving as the administrator of Warren from 1956 to 1967. He was a member of the Warren Association of Retired Employees, served on the Community Development Corporation of Warren, the Warren Historical and Genealogical Society, and Fred also served in the Marine Corps during World War II. Mr. Gemmel, I had a chance to even knock on his door this last election, and no words can describe him. He was the primary author of the current book that is out, Pathways to Freeways. It's a history of Warren. The Warren Historical Society has those books. They're at the library as well. What a humble man, too. They didn't want me to, they asked me to show his picture. I don't know if this can come up on camera, but everybody that met Fred will remember him. And the thing I'd like to read now is, this is what Fred wrote in his own words for his service. I'd like the memory of me to be a happy one. I'd like to leave an afterglow of smiles when life is done. I'd like to leave an echo whispering softly down the ways of happy times, laughing times, and bright and sunny days. I'd like the tears of those who grieve to dry before the sun of happy memories that I gave when life is done. In his own words, I ask this council for a moment of silence for Mr. Gemmel.
Didn't he just, Mr. Bachman, didn't he just have that historical society dinner where they honored?
Absolutely. He was involved just about everything in Warren, I think. Classy man, gentleman, through and through. Marine, World War II, greatest generation, and honor him with a moment of silence right now.
Why don't we take another moment of silence? All right, thank you. And I just want to add, when I first started on City Council in 1987, he was very respected. He was the guy to go to get everything done. And we're sorry to see you leave us, Mr. Gemmel. Any other announcements?
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Warner.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have a couple of announcements. First, the Warren Sterling Heights Goodfellows are kicking off their annual Christmas for Every Kitty campaign. The food bank is in dire need of food contributions. They've run out of food the last 2 years before more supplies have come in, and they wanted to start it off a little bit early this year. We're going to be out selling newspapers pretty soon, and anybody that would like to make either a cash donation or a food donation can contact Daryl Nyaport at 586-651-5716, or if you'd like to mail in a cash contribution, they could send that off to Warren Goodfellows, P.O. Box 555, Warren, Michigan 48090. And my second announcement, I'd like to congratulate all the students at Wild Elementary. They recently just had their inaugural student council. All the years that school's been in existence, this is the first student council that they've established. They had elections. They have a representative from every class from kindergarten through 5th grade. And they even went through the election process, much like we do. They put up campaign posters. They campaigned during recess and during lunch. And they selected their first student council last month. They're responsible for food drives, and they're having sales. Last week they had a ring pop sale. Tomorrow they're going to be having a popcorn sale. All proceeds are going to needy families in Warren. And I'd just like to, they invited me to come and speak to them last week, and it was an honor and a privilege. And I congratulated them, saying that they were a part of history. And somewhere down the road, they'll be able to tell their children that they were not only a part of student government, but they were the initial student government for their school. So I'd just like to offer congratulations to everybody at Wild Elementary.
Thank you. Any further announcements?
Mr. Chair.
Mrs. Collegio.
Yes, the Salvation Army is collecting toys again for Christmas. It's already that time again. I know Black Friday is right around the corner, so if you're out and about, remember some of our needy. I know to a child, one gift when you're not at even your own home, you're in a place, you find yourself in a shelter or just in need. You can drop off the toys at their facility on Mound Road, or you can call them at 586-754-7400. They also have their Adopt a Family program going on right now. My family did that last year. It was a joy. They're collecting food and toiletries, everything. Cold weather's around the corner. The shelter's going to need some help, so consider them. Thank you, Mr. President.
You're welcome. Any further announcements? Next item. Mr. Secretary.
Item 10 is a public hearing, minor amendment to the site plan for a new open patio addition to existing bar and grill for installation of canopy. Recommendation received from the Planning Commission to approve a minor amendment to the site plan for a new open patio addition to existing bar and grill for installation of canopy for property located on the east side of Van Dyke Avenue, approximately 205 feet north of Civic Center Drive, 30200 Van Dyke Avenue in Section 10, Nick Gojora, Representative Petitioner Robert Tobin.
We'll open this public hearing. Is there anyone on behalf of the petitioner here? Come forward, please. Tell us what you have. We will note that it is, as indicated, a minor amendment to the site plan, but just inform the public and maybe get some advertising for your place of business on Van Dyke.
My name is Brian Lampkins with Black Diamond Construction, here on behalf of the Limelight. And as you stated, it's an existing patio, and the owner wishes to semi-enclose it to extend their dining season in the fall and open it up earlier in the spring, and as a wind brace, basically.
Thank you. It's a great place to watch the fireworks. I noticed that people were watching it from there this year. Is there anybody else that wants to speak in regards to this matter?
Excuse me.
On this particular one, he just happened to clear it up, but I think on all of these from now on, you guys should put the name of the business. It's never on here. They're only recognized by the address. So I think from now on, when you guys publish these, you should put the name of the business. Whether it's a bar, whether it's a factory, instead of just listing them by their address, list the name of the company also.
Any further comments in regards to a public hearing? I'll close the public hearing at this time and entertain motions from the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Green, support by Mr. Stevens. Any discussion? Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
Mr. Werner?
Yes.
Mr. Sadowski?
Yes.
Ms. Collegio?
Yes.
Mr. Bacamino?
Yes.
Mr. St. Pierre, yes. Item number 11. Mr. Secretary.
Item 11 is a public hearing, review of special assessment roll number 382 in Ray, abatement of nuisance at 13451 Georgiana, $5,666.50.
So public hearing, we'll open this matter up to the public at this time. Is there any comments from the public? Any comments from the administration? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Any motions from the city council?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Stevens, support by Mr. Bacamino. Any discussion? Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
Mr. Bacamino?
Yes.
Ms. Collegio?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Sadowski?
Yes.
Mr. Werner?
Yes.
Mr. St. Pierre, yes. Item 12.
Item 12 is an administrative hearing, request to transfer ownership of 2011 Class C license business with dance entertainment permit located at 24600 Hoover from Bonanza Bar Incorporated to R&B Management Incorporated. Administrative report approved.
We'll hear from Commissioner Green.
Good evening, Council. Congratulations to everyone. This is a simple transfer, Bonanza Lanes 24600 Hoover, from the current owner to R&B Management, Ryan, how do you pronounce your last name?
Van Hecky.
Van Hecky. He passes all the LCC requirements, all the taxes are paid, and I would recommend to Council that they further this, or they pass this and further it to the Michigan Liquor Control Commission. And he's here today.
My name is Ryan Van Hecky.
Am I getting older? These guys getting younger. Thank you. Have there been any questions from the council? I'll close the administrative hearing at this time. Any discussion from council?
Motion to approve.
Motion by
Support.
Green.
Discussion?
Support by Stevens. Mr. Stevens.
Yeah, Mr. Van Hecky, is that how you pronounce it?
Yep.
The dancing that's going to go on there is by the patrons.
Yes.
Thank you.
Any other?
Mr. Chair?
Mr. Sadowski.
You will be located at 24600 Hoover?
Yes, that's correct.
What is the name of the place right now?
Bonanza Lanes.
And then what will it be now?
It will be Bonanza Lanes.
You'll maintain,
Yep.
okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Just out of curiosity, have you ever been in this business before?
Yes, I have.
And why don't you give us a little bit about your background?
Well, I've been in the bowling industry since I was a little kid. I've traveled around the country bowling, and since I was old enough to work, 15, 16 years old, I've been involved in the bowling industry.
Your parents own
My parents owned another bowling center in East Point. It was East Point Bowl at Topher and Gratiot, and that's where I gained all of my experience.
Did you go to the Brunswick School in order to fix the lanes?
No.
Okay. All right, anything further from anybody? We'll question the motion. Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Bacamino?
Yes.
Ms. Collegio?
Yes.
Mr. Warner?
Yes.
Mr. Sadowski?
Yes.
Mr. St. Pierre, yes. Thank you. Congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you.
Item 13.
Item 13 is also administrative hearing. Request to transfer all rights to renewal of escrowed 2009 Class C licensed business located at 2690 10 Mile Road from Sign Incorporated to Talmer Bank and Trust with license held in escrow. Administrative report approved.
We'll open up the administrative hearing at this time. Commissioner Green.
This license has been in escrow since March of 2010. The Casablanca Manor on 10 Mile has been vacant. This is simply the bank taking over the license to be held in escrow. It did not require a Michigan Liquor Control Commission investigation, nor does it require an investigation by the Warren Police Department. It simply requires a resolution from this legislative body to complete the transaction.
Anybody here from Talmer Bank?
I don't believe they're here today.
All right, then I'll close the administrative hearing. Hear from council. Any motions?
Motion
Any
approved.
discussion? Motion by Green,
Support.
support by Warner. If nobody has any questions, Commissioner Green, in order for this license to come out of escrow and go to a third party, it has to go through your department for investigation, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so Talmer Bank, it's unlikely they're going to open up, right?
Unlikely.
Okay, I didn't think so. Anyway, all right, we'll question the motion. Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Warner?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens? Yes. Mr. Sadowski?
Yes.
Ms. Collegio?
Yes.
Mr. Bacamino?
Yes.
Mr. St. Pierre, yes. Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you, and again, congratulations, everyone.
Next item.
Item 14 was tabled, 8/23/11. In-rate appeal of determination of nuisance at 8401 Carmer Boulevard, fire damage, two-story brick vinyl house with basement, garage, vinyl fence at southwest, north, and east sides, and miscellaneous debris, and consideration and adoption of a resolution.
Is there a motion to remove from the table?
Motion to remove from the table.
Motion by Sadowski, support by Green. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Is there any motion in regards to this appeal of determination of nuisance? Anybody from the well, do we have a motion?
Motion to abate with
Motion
discussion.
by Green, support by Stevens. Discussion, Green.
Mr. James.
Good evening, Council.
Good evening.
Congratulations.
Thank
Dean
you.
James, Chief Building, City of Warren Building Department.
Thank you, Mr. James. We tabled this back in August.
Yes.
I believe it was someone had just purchased the property. What's the
Yes.
status right now, please?
It was bought at a forfeiture sale at the county. The individuals that have bought it obtained all proper permits and are going at it pretty good.
So at this point, you'd recommend that we deny the abatement?
That we remove it. We don't want to abate it.
Well, no, I'm saying, we made a motion to abate. If we deny that motion,
Yes,
it'll go away.
yes. I got a little confused there.
That's fine.
So I jumped up there. It's like, whoa.
Well, we just a motion to get
Yes.
conversation started. I'll finish. Thank you, Mr. President.
Any further discussion? I have a question. Is there a time limit that you want to put on this or do we revisit it, or what's your recommendation?
No, at this point, I would remove it. Within 6 months, they're going to be completed. The house is about 40% at this time. We've had rough inspections. It's looking really good.
Okay. Mr. Green, I hate to tell
I'll
you, you have to
withdraw
vote.
my
I was
motion
gonna
of
say, You
support.
have to vote yes on your own motion, but it's okay.
I withdraw my motion of support.
And I withdraw my motion.
Okay, is
I'll
there any
make a-
other motion?
I'll make a motion to deny the abatement.
All right, motion by Stevens. Support by Green. Any discussion? Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Bacamino?
Yes to deny.
Coligio?
Yes.
Mr. Sadowski?
Yes.
Mr. Warner?
Yes.
Mr. St. Pierre, yes. Item fails. Congratulations. Next item.
Item 15 is also a tabled item on 9/13/11. In re appeal determination of a nuisance at 13163 Prospect, vacant, dilapidated 1 3/4 story house with wood asbestos and aluminum exterior, basement, garage, wood and chain link fences, brick pavers, 3 trees along fence line, and miscellaneous debris in consideration and adoption of a resolution.
Motion removed from the table
Motion to remove from the table.
by Mr. Sadowski. Support by Mr. Green. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? So done. In regards to any motions in regards to the action of the resolution? Motions?
Motion to approve for discussion purposes.
Motion by Green. Support?
Support.
Support by Stevens. Discussion.
Again, Mr. James, what's going on with this one?
Again, this was another property that was purchased at the auction. The parties have obtained city certs and also building permits, and they should complete this project also.
Okay, so at that point, I withdraw my motion.
Motion
Oh,
gone.
you made the motion. I withdraw my support.
Stevens, no,
And
you
I-
made the motion. I had Stevens support, but whatever. It's done. Is there any? Go ahead, make a motion.
I'll make a motion to deny the abatement.
Stevens, deny. Any support to deny?
Support.
Support by Bacamino. I have a question, Mr. James. I noticed this has 3 trees along the fence line. There's a property on Sarsfield that when I was walking door to door, they had trees along the fence line. And these trees were literally into the Edison line. Edison, and I know someone at Edison, emailed them, asked them to check on it. They went and checked on it. They indicated from Edison that it is, quote, secondary lines, or secondary trees in regards to the lines, and they won't cut them. Is that strictly homeowner's responsibility? Can the city look at that? Because Edison, and this guy obviously knew what he was doing, he sent someone out there, but they wouldn't touch it. And usually when you see in the plants, if you don't take care of those certain things in the backyard, they grow in the trees, and these grew in the trees, and they're really starting to get in the Edison line. And I, quite frankly, I probably wouldn't even trust myself to cut those kind of trees around the Edison lines. So what would you recommend?
We don't recommend that you mess with those, and Edison should be the responsible person on that. But they do not respond. We've had several calls where trees were literally 8 inches, 9-inch branches pushing down on wires, and they say, we'll get out there. I've had a couple removed, but they do not want you to remove those. They must do them.
Okay.
You have to be a licensed tree trimmer to actually go around the Edison power lines.
Yeah, just not a safe thing for any individual to do. All right, I'll talk to my brother-in-law again, see if I can get any help from him.
Yeah,
All right,
we've made
thanks.
several calls, but the response is very slow.
All right. Any further discussion? Mr. Stevens? Did you make the motion? Yes.
Yes, to deny.
Yes to deny. Mr. Bacamino?
Yes to deny.
Ms. Coligio?
Yes to deny.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Sadowski?
Yes.
Mr. Warner?
Yes.
Mr. St. Pierre, yes to deny. Next item, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you.
Next item, correspondence from the mayor, is 16A, also a tabled item, 10/11/11. Request of the Division of Public Works for the award of bid ITB-W-8466, standby services for emergency snow removal for the 2011-2012 winter season to all 3 companies submitting bids in the amounts listed on the bid tabulation sheet. I'll make a motion to deny.
Well, we got to
I'm
remove
sorry,
from the
to table,
table.
yes.
That's okay. Anybody got a motion removed from the table?
I'll make the motion to remove from the
Motion
table.
by Stevens. Any support?
I support.
Support by Coligio. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? All right, we're off the table. In regards to the item itself,
Now I'll make a motion to deny.
Support.
Stevens to deny. Support by Green. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Thank you. 16B.
16B, also a tabled item, 10/25/11. consideration and adoption of a resolution authorizing the mayor and clerk to execute an interlocal governmental agreement for parks and recreation programs between the City of Sterling Heights and the City of Warren.
Motion to remove from the table.
Motion by Green.
Support.
Support by Stevens to remove. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion to approve a discussion.
Motion by Green, support by Sadowski for discussion. Go ahead, Mr. Green.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I requested this item to be tabled last meeting. Just in review of some of the contract language, I had questions. I contacted the city attorney's office and the risk management office, Denise Williams and Mary Michaels from the city attorney's office, and also spoke with Mr. Bowman. I had 4 specific questions, and the city attorney answered 3 of those, and the 4th one was, we're going to be providing Sterling Heights as part of the agreement, use of the movie screen, where they're going to be taking it from Warren into Sterling Heights. And the one part that we spoke about today, and just for other members of council, I want to make sure that when we approve this, I want to make an amendment to the contract that we have a care, custody, and control clause in there, so that if there is property damage to our movie screen, Sterling Heights is responsible for reimbursing us for the replacement of it. That's not spelled out. I spoke with Ms. Williams, and she talked about third-party property damage liability, but in relation to the contract, Warren and Sterling Heights would be first or second party. So with that, just adding that language for care, custody, control, and I did speak to Ms. Michaels on it and Ms. Williams and Mr. Bowman on it. So that's my motion, to approve with the added clause of the contract that we pick up a care, custody, and control amendment to the contract, so that any property damage to our movie screen while in Sterling Heights is reimbursed to us. Thank you.
So you've added language, so you're going to amend your motion. Is that right?
That's correct.
And Mr. Sadowski, you okay with that amendment? That's right. And
Discussion.
discussion still, Mr. Bacamino.
Thank you,
You're
Mr.
welcome.
President. Mr. Bowman, what are the, just for our audience listening, because I've had a lot of questions come up, people now are realizing we're going to have to reach out to our neighbors, our sister cities. What are the benefits to Warren of this agreement, so everybody out there understands how we and Sterling Heights benefit from this?
Well, this will be a shared services agreement. There'll be a lot of different programs. There'll be programs that they offer that our residents will be able to take at their resident price. And the same thing with us. We're going to, hopefully down the line, this isn't where we're looking to cut services. We're going to make more services available. And probably the #1 question I've been getting is, okay, what about the Warren Community Center? Are they going to be getting resident rates now? That is totally not true, okay? We are working on some lower rates for non-residents, but we are not looking at giving anybody that's not a taxpayer in this city the resident rates that they've been getting. So they will, our residents will still get the fantastic rates to use our center. Non-residents will have a higher rate, so.
And this then, in your opinion though, this agreement should overall for the market increasing our revenues for.
Absolutely, I think everything across the board, if we have some classes that are needing some help being filled, they'll advertise those classes out to their residents and vice versa. They have a beautiful nature center that we're going to be able to take advantage of. They have some classes that we don't offer now. One example is like a high school basketball program that we don't do. Our basketball program ends with the 8th grade. But they go a little bit farther, and it'll be a great opportunity for kids in our community to get involved in their basketball.
I want to thank you for that explanation. You exactly what the residents were saying. They were concerned about the rates for the community center and that, and it sounds like a win-win situation. It also sounds like the way of the future, that communities are going to have to start reaching out, sharing services, and looking for those win-win situations.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Bowman.
Thank you.
Mr. President? Yeah, Mr. Bowman, thank you for being here tonight, and once again, thank you for answering some of my questions earlier today as well. I noticed from reading the backup on here that it says that it will be open to Warren residents for 1 day first. Is that correct? Warren residents get a first chance at signing up for classes and
We
one day?
will be working on that presently.
Okay.
On the first one where we do, it'll be online, and our online registration is still going to be in effect. We have to work out a few bugs with that first.
Okay, and so when you work out those bugs,
Yes.
you'll also be working out how you will let residents know.
Oh, yeah.
When Warren residents know first the days to sign up for the classes and get, Warren residents'
Exactly.
first choice.
Exactly.
All right, and the swim classes, it's wonderful getting more people over. I've been over here at the community center, obviously, and it would be nice to see it, at full capacity. It's not going to interfere with any of the senior swim times, correct?
No,
You
not
don't
at
see
all.
that? Okay,
No.
thank you. That's all, Mr. President, thank you.
Any further discussion?
Just to, I'm sorry, Mr. President.
This is
Just to kind of piggyback off of Councilwoman Collegio's question, regarding things like the swim program, like you had stated, we're not going to be increasing the classes. We're trying to fill to 100% capacity of the classes that we currently have right now.
Oh, absolutely. And then we're going to want to increase the classes. So, we want to fill them. We want to offer more. We want to use every inch of space we can for classes and get as many people involved in our swimming program as humanly possible.
Now, in our discussion earlier today, you had talked about a coffee program that was available in Sterling Heights, but it's something that we do not do, but will be available to Warren residents now as part of the cross intergovernmental program. Could you explain that?
Yeah, they have a coffee house music program that they do. They start that in the spring. It's sort of like our concerts in the park, but they do it, it's indoors, extremely popular. They bring in some absolutely fantastic bands, and they've always had resident and non-resident prices, and we will be eligible for the resident prices.
Okay. And part of the agreement and part of the program, and the reason why you and the director and Sterling Heights chose to get into this intergovernmental agreement was one of the other benefits. There are programs that we would like to offer, but we can't fill enough people in order to have those types of classes. But with Sterling Heights, you think that we would probably be able to get at least a minimum amount of individuals for a number of different classes.
Yeah, well, and the thing is that neither one of us are looking for minimum amounts.
Right.
We want maximum amounts for our classes. So that's what everything we're doing, minimum amount, it doesn't pay the electric bill, it doesn't pay everything else. So by having this agreement, it'll give us a chance to grow these programs and then actually separate them and actually have more things going on for our residents in the long run.
And then also an added benefit, if we do have Sterling Heights residents come, maybe they'll purchase memberships then to the weight room.
I would hope so.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bowman. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Werner.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Bowman, could this be used as an example of collaboration and shared services that Lansing is looking for?
This
in
is
an effort-
100% an example of collaboration and shared services that Lansing is looking for.
Which would help down the road for
Exactly.
revenue sharing. All right, thank you, Mr. Bowman.
Is this put on a checklist somewhere so that the governor see our
Oh, yeah, we're already
see it
on
his
that.
radar? Okay, good. I want to make sure they know. Mr. Stevenson?
If I may, Mr. President, and that was my question. Although we call it a interlocal government agreement, does this qualify for collaboration and possibly entitle us to additional revenue sharing?
That I'm not 100% sure of. That'd be a better question for Mr. Hartley. But I do know that that was one thing Mr. Hartley shared with me. He thought it was.
Okay.
But that would be a better question for him.
I'll get with him. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Green?
Yes, with the
Mr.
amendment.
Sadowski?
Yes.
Mr. Bacamino?
Yes.
Ms. Collegio?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
Mr. Werner?
Yes.
Mr. St. Pierre, yes. Item number 16C.
Item 16C, request for appointment of one council representative to participate in the RFP committee for the purchase of security surveillance systems.
I nominate Councilman Sadowski.
A motion by Green,
Support.
support by Warner for Sadowski. Discussion. To participate in the RFP committee for the purchase of security surveillance systems. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? So moved. Item D.
Item D, consideration and adoption of a resolution authorizing the mayor and clerk to sign the revised First Amendment to the Standard Agreement for Municipal Street Lighting with DTE Energy for mercury vapor conversion to LED streetlights.
Any motions?
Motion to approve.
Motion by
Support.
Sadowski. Support by Stevens. Any discussion?
Discussion.
Discussion, Mr. Green.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Gamble, good evening.
Good evening,
could you give us
Council.
could you give us an update, please?
Yes, last council meeting, the council approved this mercury vapor conversion to LED. After it was approved, the contract was signed, I received a call from DT, and they informed me that there was an unforeseen from 8 to 9. It required a series to parallel conversion there that they didn't anticipate before. So they said, you know, is there another area we can do? I asked if we could still pursue that, but they said that $50,000 that they were donating towards the project for that conversion had to be spent by December 31st. So we had to look for another area. We examined, we wanted to continue a corridor, and obviously they had to meet their criteria to replace mercury vapor streetlights. The area on Van Dyke was looked at by City Hall, but that's all high-pressure sodium, the yellow lights. And then I suggested maybe on Ryan, and they looked into that, and they said that's a similar amount, but they couldn't do a complete conversion there, so I asked if they could throw in some more lights. They said they would complete that area. So what this is it's switching from 8 to 9 on Van Dyke and pushing that, so we're going to do from 9 to 10 on, I'm sorry, it's moving from 8 to 9 on Ryan to 11 to 12 on Ryan. So it'd make a corridor from 9 to 12 as opposed to 8 to 11. And we're getting 32 additional lights on the 11 to 12 area at no additional cost.
Thank you, Mr. Gamble. That's it.
Any further discussion?
Just,
Mr. Bacamino.
Mr. Gamble, I know already, these will be the exact same type of lighting that was already done in Roseville, coming towards us, and in Martin Road, and off of Van Dyke there by the Majestic Plaza.
That's correct, and the same in that area from completing the area from Van Dyke into Roseville, making a 5.5-mile corridor, that's complete. So Sutherland to Hayes, that's staying intact.
I'm getting a lot of compliments again from people. The lighting, it's whiter light, it's just cleaner light. It seems like it's much more efficient as well, so thank you.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? I have a statement or question. Why don't you tell the residents what this is going to save? Utilities have become such a big cost for everybody, and same thing as a municipality. We get paid for the electricity. How is this going to save money, and why are we doing it?
All right, thank you, Councilman St. Pierre. The mayor had us first look into this because of rising streetlight costs, and we originally did the demonstration project, and that one we swapped out 245 lights using a grant. We ended up, we saved $28,800 a year with that. This particular project, we're going to, City of Warren's, spending the $60,000. We're going to save $15,674.04 a year, and it also reduces energy consumption. So it's a project that'll pay for itself in 3.87 years. Any project that has a payback of under 5 years, that's considered a great project in many investors' terms. So.
Good. Thanks. Any further discussion? If not, Mr. Sadowski. Motion?
To vote yes.
Yes. Stevens?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Ms. Collegio?
Yes.
Mr. Bacamino?
Yes.
Mr. Warner?
Yes.
Mr. St. Pierre, yes. Motion passes unanimous. Next item.
Next item, 16E, consideration and adoption of a resolution authorizing installment purchase agreement to amend financing for the wastewater treatment plant guaranteed energy performance improvements through J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A.
Any motions?
A motion to approve.
Motion by Stevens. Support. Support by Green. Discussion.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Stevens or Go ahead.
Well, you know what, I will go ahead and present what you're going to present.
Okay. Thank you, Council, and congratulations on your election results, by the way. Tonight's agenda item is basically an item for amending a resolution that we've already approved on September 13th for the Guaranteed Energy Project with Johnson Controls. And this request tonight is to include alternate financing from JP Morgan Chase Bank at an interest rate of 2.73%, which is 47 basis points lower than our original financing. And ultimately, that will save the city $387,000 over the term of the loan. And I think that's a very good thing for us to do. Just briefly, just to refresh people's memories, the contract with Johnson Controls includes a scope of work which was determined after a very detailed technical energy audit. And the scope of work at the treatment plant includes lighting, mechanical, building envelope, and energy control system improvements on 23 separate buildings, and also energy improvements to 5 of our wastewater treatment processes. And ultimately, the cost savings from these energy improvements will pay for those improvements, and then as they're paid off, it will be savings for the city. In addition, the cost savings will result from reductions in our operating budget and will ultimately save $11 million, as I said, over the term of the contract. And Johnson Controls is guaranteeing those savings. So if for some reason we miscalculated and had a shortfall, then Johnson Controls would make up the difference. So really, with that in mind, I mean, it's a great project for the wastewater plant, great project for the city, and it's the kind of thing I think you're going to see more and more wastewater treatment plants do, because we do use a lot of energy at this type of facility, and some of the older technology, when it's replaced with the newer technology, I think will be significant savings seen. So like I said, I think it's a great project, and when you approve this tonight, we won't even need any requests for appropriation of funds, because it will come out of our operating budget. So with that, I'll answer any questions anybody might have.
Any questions from the board?
I just have a statement, if I may. As you know, I mean, we discussed this, and I was very enthusiastic. I really liked the other method of financing. Right. Although the interest rate was higher, this is, was it 1 percentage point less than the other method.
Right.
But this has its drawbacks too. Still, all in all, we're still going to be guaranteed the cost savings by Johnson Controls, so I will be in favor of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Mr. Manette? When did, oh, Mr. Biernat? Judge Biernat, I'm sorry.
It appears that Council received the original financing document sent to us by Chase last Tuesday. Since that time, there's been some revision in the escrow agreement, basically conceding the demands placed upon Council, or placed upon JP Morgan, and those are favorable terms. And so the approval here today, we're asking the approval subject to the language as approved by City Attorney.
Thank you. Anything further from anyone? Mr. Minnitt, I have a question. I'm sorry, I wasn't here when this was done, but maybe I can just try to catch up. It is an $8 million purchase. In regards to when do we review to see if we've paid it off? Is it after 15 years or annual basis?
Right. It's a 15-year term, and then we will reconcile annually. And so
when you say reconcile annually, do we have certain cost estimates in line?
Yes, we do. And,
okay, good.
And the payment schedule was revised so that it would be positive cash flow. So there's lower payments early on to make sure that, you know, some of the, we're trying to get the bigger cash items done first.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll see that there's a graduated payment schedule, but it's a pretty good way to do it, and we'll always have positive cash flow.
All right. Energy costs, again, utilities, they cost money anytime you can save. Any further discussion? If not, we'll question the motion. Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Bacamino?
Yes.
Ms. Colegio?
Yes.
Mr. Sadowski?
Yes.
Mr. Warner?
Yes.
Mr. St. Pierre, yes. Next item, Mr. Secretary.
Next item is 16F, previously 4P, tabulation of bids and recommendation, INRAE, tree pruning services for the Parks and Recreation Department, and consideration and adoption of a resolution accepting the lowest qualified bid submitted by Owen Tree Service Incorporated at the unit price of $24 per tree for a one-year period in the annual estimated amount of $48,000, ITB-W-8402.
Any motion?
I make the motion.
Ms.
Yes.
Motion?
Yes.
Motion by Ms. Colegio. Any support?
With discussion, I'm sorry.
Support by who? Mr. Sadowski?
Yes, sir.
Okay, discussion, Ms. Colegio.
Thank you. I'm
You're
sorry.
welcome.
Henry Bowman, once again, thank you. And I'd like to thank all the council people for their patience tonight with me being new and everything. But I have a question for you. The tree trimming that's to be done on this item, exactly where will that take place? Is it, in the parks? Is it residential?
This is all residential between the sidewalk and the curb. We're looking to do 2 sections of the city.
Okay. I know that the gentleman that works with you in your forestry is on vacation right now. So I tried to, talk to him for a moment today. But, one more question for you. I know when that big storm came through, the nightmare storm, I know you had to bid out to get some, more assistance with some tree trimming and everything. I know from going door to door that a concern for quite a few of the residents was the tree trimming at the houses. So looking at this is what, 2,000, I believe, 2,000 houses or 2,000 houses that would have their, their trees trimmed. I'd like to just see if we could, find a way to expedite the tree trimming in front of the homes. I know you guys are doing, everything you can, but, hopefully this will be a good start and we can just keep pushing in that manner. So if, as the trees get larger when those storms come through, sometimes it seems like we have to bid out for more for cleanup than maybe if we just kind of, spend a little more just keeping them trimmed. That's all.
Absolutely.
That's it, Mr. President. Thank you.
Any further discussion?
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Green?
Good evening, Mr. Bowman. Who had this contract before?
Last year was Branch.
They've had it for quite a while, haven't they?
I think they just did it for last season.
Last
It
season?
does bounce
It does
around a
bounce
little
around?
bit, yeah.
Just from the standpoint of the Branch, I believe, is a Warren-based company.
Right.
And we're looking at lowest qualified bidder, and the difference here is 5,000. We've always talked about that with bids, and I know other municipalities give a credit on their RFPs for companies that are within the city, and I just have a difficult time with it being so close. Because if we do have something, I looked at the RFP and the cover letter here. Does Owen Tree Service have various facilities around or yards where the
I
trucks
believe
are?
they just work out of their one
Attica?
facility, I believe so. But they are totally equipped. They have done it for us in the past. They do a very good job. Branch does an outstanding job also.
Right.
I would prefer Branch to be the low bidder because they are in our company, in our city.
Right.
So, but Owen is totally capable. They're a very good company.
Right, I agree with you. Based on the qualifications that were stated, they are both.
I would just hate to see us bid on, take the city company and I would worry about the.
I understand that. Then you don't get. Nobody wants to bid on stuff because
Exactly.
if somebody from the locale puts in, it just doesn't work. So I just wanted to make that statement, and it made me feel more comfortable. You said it has bounced around. All right. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Any further discussion? Mr. Bowman, you said 2 sections of the city, if I recall?
Yeah, and I think it's 8 and 23, but I'm not 100% sure. So if you call me during the week, I'd be happy to give that information to you starting of next week, but.
You maybe just post it on TV
Sure.
and the website and things of that nature so people know that it's coming.
Yes,
and
sir.
they can expect it to get cut. And if it's not a good job, we want to hear about it.
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks. Any further discussion? Ms. Colegio?
Yes.
Mr. Sadowski?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
Mr. Warner?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Bacamino?
Yes.
Mr. St. Pierre, yes. In regards to the next item, Mr.
Next item is 16G, formerly 4S, consideration and adoption of a resolution approving request of a one-year extension of bid ITB-W-8087 median mowing and maintenance service for the public service and fire departments to the lowest bidder, Green Meadows Lawnscape Incorporated, in the estimated annual amount after the 5% discount being offered of $29,472.04 per year as submitted in the bid.
Is there a motion?
A motion with discussion?
Motion by Ms. Colegio.
Support.
Support by Mr. Bacamino.
Through the chair.
Discussion, Ms. Colegio.
Yeah, through the chair to Mr. Melzak. Is he still here? Yeah, he's here. I'm going to pull you up here one more time
Sure.
tonight. Thank you so much. My question is this. I see that it was a one-year bid with a chance for an additional one-year extension period, correct? My question is,
Ms. Colegio, was
Yes.
actually a 2-year bid with a 1-year extension.
sorry, thank you, 2-year bid and then a chance to extend for 1 year. My question is, earlier in the night, I was looking on the bills and I see we have Great Lakes Landscaping doing mowing and ground maintenance. And then over here I see we have this company, we want to do an extension. They're doing DPW fires, city-owned easements and lots. I guess my question to you would be, why, when we bid out, couldn't we just put, all of the mowing and ground maintenance together? Or if we, know we're paying someone additional money over here for ground maintenance and mowing, I would rather see us just bid it out again and kind of roll all that into it together. I don't know, just your thoughts. If we, is it, I guess I'm just kind of confused. If you could just clear that up for me, being new and everything. On the list of bills, where exactly was the mowing and why is it not entailed in this?
Sure. In the list of bills, it was this vendor, and what they did was there was, I think it was 14 lots or so that we just paid in this last list of bills. When you look at this bid, there's, I think it's 138 parcels that they're cutting, various parcels. So this is a pretty big bid. And so the bill that we paid earlier tonight was for, I think, like I said, 14 of them, so.
Okay, all right. And
this isn't all the grass cutting that's done within the city. We also have different, some of our, parks and things like that. So there's several different bids as it pertains to lawn maintenance within the city.
Right, okay. All right, that was my question. Just curious, as they come back in, if it's, the same, working with the same companies, and they already have a pretty decent bid. I would rather see things always bid out again. That's just a personal preference of mine, but, I know there's an extension. I know times are tough. There's companies fighting for everything. I'm just curious if we sent something out for bid again, if you could get a cheaper price and roll this in with it as well.
Right.
That's
Okay.
all.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Green?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. To answer Councilman Colegio's question, I believe we went through this in 2007, 2008, when Vince Michael was here. And at that bid, we questioned, because there was a lowest bid, and it was $15 an hour. And we were asking, is that a man hour? Is that, even with 2 guys in a pickup truck and a lawnmower, at $15 a man hour, you can't do it. And the problem was, we ended up, I believe, the company couldn't do it, and they left. And then we're scrambling by then in July, trying to find someone to cut grass, and they've already got their jobs for the whole year. They're booked. So we decided at that point to split it up amongst different contractors. Just in case one falls by the wayside, we can then extend the contract to, and it was, I believe, in this case, was it Green Meadows who picked up the slack for that one. So that's why we did that, because if in July or August we lose one of them, we'll be getting a lot of phone calls.
Mr.
Thank you,
Stevens?
Mr. Chair.
There you go. Mr. Stevens?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you, no?
Mr. St. Pierre?
Mr. Sadowski?
Thank you. You know, Ms. Collegio, one of the other reasons why, too, we separate these, if we roll them all into one, we may be, it may be too large for certain companies also to cut. And by being able to divide it up and make it a little bit smaller, it makes it, we have a better representative of more companies that can come out to bid for that as well, so.
Yep, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Malzak, for your patience, too.
Anybody else? I have a question. You know, I looked on the page 2 of 2, and it says 11-mile road medians. In regards to the 11-mile road medians, what do you make reference to? I mean, 696 is basically our 11-mile road, except by Divine, you know, DeQuinder. Is there any medians around there?
You know, I'd have to look into the details of that one.
And 13-mile road medians, and, okay, and Mound Road from 8 to 14, that median, isn't that a state road, and would state be responsible for that, cutting that grass, or did anybody ever look into that?
I would have to double check that.
Okay, I know Shaner's regards our roads, and maybe I'd like to know the 2 retention basins as well.
Okay.
Just, the rest are city-owned easements and lots, and fire stations, fire apparatus buildings, that all makes sense.
Mr. St. Pierre?
Yes, Mr. Sadowski.
I believe we are reimbursed by the state for Mound Road,
Sure, I'd like to hear that.
so.
Okay, that'd be good. Confirm it with me, I appreciate it.
I will.
In regards to the motion, Ms. Collegio?
Yes.
Mr. Bacamino?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Sadowski?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
Mr. Warner?
Yes.
Mr. St. Pierre, yes. Is it time? Is that it?
Next item?
Adjournment?
Oh.
Oh, audience, opportunity for citizens' participation.
Next item, item 18,
I'm sorry,
audience,
Mr.
an
Secretary.
opportunity for
Took that
citizens'
away from you. I
participation.
apologize.
It's okay, I'm not going to let you get it.
Seeing nobody? Oh, you have to apologize. This is the first time I've done this in about too many years, and hopefully I'll get better at this. Tony Police, is this what I'm supposed to?
Yes.
Okay. I had not watched a council meeting. I have DirecTV. I never made up with Comcast. If anybody has any recollection of that. And Wide Open West just came in my neighborhood. Right? Literally, they just came about 2 weeks ago.
Hello, Tony, please.
Hi, Tony.
And I've been told not to give my address out anymore by my kids. If I go a little long, this will be the first time and the last time that I do that. So please be patient. I will not be wild.
Keep it around 3 minutes. That'd be great.
First of all, I want to congratulate everybody up there and everybody that won the election. I didn't get a chance. I talked with some of you personally, but I didn't get a chance with some of you. But I congratulate you for winning the election. And that includes, everybody knows who I voted for mayor, because I didn't hold it back or whatever. But now that it's all over, I still believe that Mayor Fouts is my mayor. And hopefully it'll work out that way. I would like to also say, I'm going to take it from this here, Kathy Vogt, Barbara Friedel, Donna Comartin, Mary Camp, Ron Papandrea, Richard Salaka, Lynette, and I can't pronounce that last name, Jason McClanahan, and Joe Peters. I would like to thank them for running for office because I know it's a tough job and everything. We're just running for it. And I congratulate them for running for office even though they lost. Hopefully they'll stick around, stay involved, and maybe run next time. I have a problem with the swearing in with the mayor, and this is the last time I'll mention it. I will not mention it ever again. He had a right to gloat one time during that period, during that there. The fact that he pressed it and talked 3 or 4 times, without mentioning names, I give him credit for that, but everybody knew who he was talking about. He did it 3 or 4 times. I think once would have been sufficient, and I wouldn't even thought anything about it. The other thing is I'd like to thank Keith for the moment of silence for my brother, and I'm going to mention the fact that Pat Green's father is now an honorary police. He comes to breakfast with us all the time, and we're glad to have him. Thank you.
Get better at this. James McDaniel?
Good evening, Council. First off, I'd like to thank Mr. St. Pierre. Because of him, I have to carry a sidearm when I leave my house because he weakened the renters laws when he was on council last. I appreciate that. I want to know if you guys are actually going to do something in the South End to actually clean up the gangs in the parks, because there's more dirty needles and there's more spray paint on the walls. SWM's everywhere down there, along with the BK and the Crips and everything else. I just talked to a couple officers who said, oh, it's worse than that. I want to know if somebody's going to do something about these renters laws, maybe stiffen them up, maybe make it where people can actually live in the South End, buy houses, and don't have to fear. I got neighbors that won't even come out of their house after dark because they're in fear of the gangs. I have to carry a sidearm because me and my wife like to come out of our house at night, and we're afraid of the gangs. I want to know if any of you people up there that Jim Faust got up there by paying for your elections, because if he didn't, you wouldn't be up there. If you're actually going to do something. And Jim, I'm going to tell you something right now. This road millage that you passed, I want to see every penny go into the roads. Because if it don't, I'm going to find out about it. I've talked to several attorneys about this situation. That is specifically earmarked for the roads. I want 12-sack concrete. I want the proper aggregate underneath the concrete. And first and foremost, I want to see the underground fixed so we don't have to cut the dang concrete up, the brand new concrete we put down. And I'd like my fire hydrant fixed at the end of my street. Because if my house catches on fire, it's been broke for 2 years, I will sue this city. I'm paying basic services for fire, police, and everything else. 2 years my fire hydrant's been broke. And it's at the end of my corner. And if it's not repaired, and by the middle of this coming year, if something happens to my house, I will sue you. I'm not joking here. I am fed up. Now, if 1 penny of that road commission fund, road fund, is diverted someplace else, and I find out about it, Pecano's up for recall, to be recalled. Kwame's in jail or going to jail. Jim, don't think you're not above the law, because I'll tell you what, I will go to the citizens and I will raise all holy heck about this. You got up there, rubber stamps. You do it, and I swear to God, I will go to the feds myself and scream to the top of the mountains. We've had enough. You got up there, fine, you're there, do your job. And you, I'd like to see you come down and take a look at the spray paints on the parks and clean the dirty needles. Yeah.
Time's up. Next person.
Yeah, have a great
Chris
day.
Pasternak. Thank you, Mr. McDaniel.
Hi, Chris Pasternak. I just want to come out here and publicly congratulate all of you on your success in getting on council. Hopefully you work for us, the citizens. I believe you guys will, and do the best for us, I hope. One quick question. The park over on 9 Mile, the brand new park we spent $750,000 on election day, the gate was closed, and we couldn't get into that park. We spent all this money, we tout how great of a park it is, but it's closed to the residents. How many times has it been closed since its grand opening? It's a question I'm going to pose to all 7 of you. Find out. I know the answer. Find out how many times that gate's been open since the grand opening. It's a little challenge. I wish you all good health and happiness. Thank you.
Thank you. Dean Berry.
Good evening. In today's Macomb Daily, the mayor's willing accomplice, Norb Franz, who I see is here tonight, writes an article that says Warren puts faith in Fouts. Let me go on the record as saying I am not one of them, nor will I be. The mayor is not happy with the stage that he has created right to the T of his master plan. Here you are, folks. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing based on the individuals, but it is based on the way it happened. And I'm going to get into that in weeks and months ahead in great detail. So the mayor's is still not happy. After all this, the mayor's still not happy. No. He goes on to say, in this article, written, of course, by his willing accomplice in Macomb Daily, Norb Franz, who, as far as I'm concerned, is no friend of this town, the mayor goes on to write, this has been, or it goes on to be quoted by his accomplice, Norb Franz, this has been a very stressful year for me, extremely stressful, he said, also pointing to campaign literature that he doubted unfair because he questioned his relationship to his current council's secretary because of a promotion and pay raise she received. The anonymous flyer showed his own address as the return address, and Fouts was angered that the flyer also was sent to her parents' home in Sterling Heights. He also was upset by campaign literature that questioned the marital relationship of Councilman Robert Bacamino, one of Fouts' strongest supporters. The mayor's still not happy. There you are. But let's go back just 4 years ago. It's not at all. Here's 4 years ago. Here's the mayor's camp right here. This is the literature that was sent to people's homes. Kathy Votes. Smiling face gets meaner and meaner the more you learn about her. The private face of Kathy Vote supports an accused wife beater for city council. This was the mayor 4 years ago. Kathy Vote has quietly cut a political deal to support Robert Bacamino for city council. Bacamino's wife filed a personal protection order against Bacamino, claiming, I'm not personally going to go there. It lists and shows right here the PPO that I alluded to 3 weeks ago, but did not read. So we have yet again another flip-flop by the mayor. The question becomes, why? Why? Why in 4 short years suddenly is wife beating acceptable? Maybe the mayor could answer that question. Secondly, Mayor, I'm asking this question to the mayor. I'm not the least bit interested in your age. I want to know why the discrepancy. Why do you put your age down as your date of birth as 1942 and then 44?
Time's up. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Mr. St. Pierre, you are in my district as well, so I'll be happy to talk to you off the record.
I look forward to it.
All right.
Thanks, Dean. Stephen Payak?
First, I'd like to congratulate all you guys for your winning the election. 2 is, I do not, or no one in my family works for Chrysler or General Motors. The mayor has the thing that says, Buy American. Where is the only place in the United States of America that a Dodge truck is built? Warren, Michigan. I go to the fire department, I see them driving Ford pickups. We don't build Ford. We don't even have a Ford dealer in the city of Warren. It's a disgrace to Van Dyke Dodge. It's a disgrace to Chrysler Corporation, Dodge Truck Boys. It's a disgrace to General Motors and the Tech Center. And we got to stop. We say we want to buy American, let's buy Warren first. Buy what we build. You go to Dearborn, you don't see no Dodges or Chevrolets over there, and we shouldn't do that here. Let's support our own people. Thank you.
Yes, my name is Robin Rekoff. I would like to be able to hear my name being called next time if I'm sitting in the very back. Okay, the first thing is, I'm very disappointed with all the junk that was in my mailbox during this election season. Look at all this. I guess you wanted me to make more money for the recycling program, because that's where this is all going to land. I made my decision at the primary who I wanted to vote for. I've stood up here many times and made the comment, you do not need to mail this stuff to me. I voted absentee. Second thing that I would like to know is with this new council, yes, there are old people on this council, but there are new ones. Why do you have to talk so fast? I'm 53 and a half. I can't understand. Slow down. You got seniors that are out here. This first part of the meeting lasted 1 hour and 8 minutes. Come on. That's too fast. Yes, 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 yes. Today is November 15th. Why is the air conditioning on? It's not 80 degrees outside and it's not 80 degrees in here. I've stood before this podium before. Why are we paying for air conditioning? We as residents are paying for this air conditioning. Those at home don't have their air conditioning running. They got their heat if they have money. The last thing that I want to talk about, Walgreens, 9 and Van Dyke, robbed 2 times in the recent month and a half. One time was on October 5th, but became public knowledge on October 14th. 7-Eleven robbed 2 times, once on a Wednesday, October 12th, and October 13th. Reported in the paper, October 14th. Share House, I've stood up here several meetings ago and brought it to the attention of the residents. 33 people had absconded from Share House. There was a meeting with the mayor, Mary Camp, police department for notification earlier. Well, guess what? October 18th, there was another one that escaped out of there. This individual had a history of violent felony charges. This was published for public knowledge November 12th, almost a month later. I am a female. I've lived in the city for 25 years. I am concerned. What about our kids that are out there? And the seniors. One last thing, I'm borrowing a couple of seconds from Chris Patronet.
I intend to adhere to the 3 minutes. We're going to be back here next Tuesday. Let's just stick to 3 minutes and be fair.
Okay, the reason that I brought this up
3
is
minutes.
because East Point has a program of transparency that they're putting into place so that people can go on the internet to find out where these crimes are in less than 2 hours' time. I was told today by a resident, we have had this program for several years. I want somebody from the police department, from the mayor's office, people that know how to get a hold of me. I want to know how to access that information so that I can go on the computer and I know where the crime is in the city. This is not a safe city.
Thank you, Ms. Rykoff. Next person is Donna Comartin.
Good evening, Council. I want to thank the voters of Warren for the past 8 years for their support in representing the taxpayers of Warren and doing the right thing. I want to congratulate all 7 of your council members. And the only thing that I'm very sad about during this election was the antics that was used during this political campaign. And I would hope that you and wish you all well to do the best thing for the taxpayers of Warren and keep their interests at heart. And I want to thank you very much for your time and have a good evening.
Thank you. Joe Dabrowski.
Good evening.
Well, the one I want to thank, or I should say the one I want to congratulate, is the puppet master, Dick Sabaugh, and the financier, Gus Ganem, and the master manipulator, Jim Fouts. He got what he wanted, a bought and paid for city council. You guys will call it a will of the people, and I'll say you're blatant liars. The will of the people, the #1 vote getter, should be the council president. Well, Mr. St. Pierre, I believe you were played for a sucker. As just happened.
Can we watch the language? Can we use something better than a sucker? Go ahead.
Hey, it's my time to speak.
Little soft on the personal attacks, okay?
What personal attacks?
Come on, let's go.
You need to stop interrupting. I don't interrupt you when you're speaking. Anyway, I think you were played. The will of the people is the #1 vote getter should be the council president. You were put in that situation on purpose because of situations like just the one that happened 2 speakers before me. They know what's going to happen with the 3-minute rule, and Mr. Fouts didn't want any of his people to take the heat for that. They sent out campaign literature bragging how independent everybody was. I believe the only thing independent these council members will do is breathe. Because if you try and vote independently, you'll find out, as Ms. Comartin and Ms. Camp did, the mayor will do everything in his power to try and destroy your political career. And the last note I wanted to end this on, anybody could have their photograph put out in a piece of campaign literature 40 times. I could have did that for Snoopy and got Snoopy elected. So believe me, some of you have absolutely nothing to be proud of.
Thank you. Next person is Thomas Banya? Banya? I'm sorry, I'll get better at it. I will try.
That's quite all right. One comment I will make before I begin, though, is I know you've been gone a little while, but if you read the attorney written by Nancy Cooper Green, you violated your own minute rules. You can't uphold ours. Good evening, members of council. My name is Tomas Banya. Over the past week, I've been trying to decide how I want to go about my audience participation tonight. And up until about an hour ago, I was undecided. But after being out of town this weekend, sitting down with some very influential individuals, and after the events that have transpired between yesterday and today, I think I've gotten it down just the way I wanted it. I first like to congratulate Mr. Warner for running the cleanest campaign of all the district candidates. I hope this independent thinking will lead our city to have more positive elections. Next, I'd like to congratulate Mr. Sinowski on a good race. I hope that you will continue to promote transparency as you had started with the inclusion of e-packets in 2010. Mr. Green, I'd like to also congratulate you on your high percentage at the polls, and I hope that you will represent your district with pride and humility. Council President Pierre, you have won the hearts of the voters in your district yet again. I hope that your vast knowledge of the city's past workings lead you to be able to lead council into a positive, informed direction and represent all the residents of the city of Warren in the best light. Council Secretary and Mayor Pro Tem Stevens, I'd like to congratulate you for your success winning the top spot in the election. I hope that your experience in both Southfield and in Warren will allow you to make the right decisions for the residents of our city. Kelly Collegio, I'd like to congratulate you as well, and would like to thank you for shaking my hand on Election Day. I find your gesture as a good sign, and hopefully with your fresh ideas, you will lead the city to a brighter tomorrow. Mr. Bacamino, I'd like to congratulate you on a tight and rough election, as you have shown that with perseverance comes strength. Throughout the election, you have stood tall and fought for what you believe in, and for that, I must commend you. Mr. Voino, I congratulate you on winning with 100% of the vote. Seems like the voters believe you are the perfect choice, and as such, I wish you the best. Ms. Mosseri, congratulations on your run for treasurer. I hope that you continue with your vast improvements that you have made over the past 4 years. Lastly, Mr. Fouts, I'd like to congratulate you on your mayoral reelection. I wish you the best in future endeavors, and like to cite a quote from Mr. Truman. A pessimist is one who makes difficulties of his opportunities, and an optimist is one who makes opportunities of his difficulties. In conclusion, I would like to say that I hope that the next 4 years will lead our city to be more transparent, honest, positive, and that all of our elected officials will continue acting in the best interests of our residents of the city of Warren. Thank you for your time.
Mr. Van der Linden.
Good evening, Council. Congratulations all. You have all earned it and have shown yourself worthy of such posts. I did not expect to have such a angry council, people out here today. Obviously, with the election, the people of Warren have shown that what direction they want to go in. They believe in the mayor's plans, and they want the council to work with the mayor and to work in that way. There was commented up here about the rental laws, the weak rental laws. The rental laws are not weak, they just have to be enforced. Under the direction of Greg Pelichuk, we have worked very hard in the property maintenance rental department and the building department to improve all these areas. We will continue to work hard with the public and with the council, and you're all welcome at any time to come down and see us. And we will show you that we are making vast improvements at all times. Mr. Bocamino, there's been some attacks against you today. You know, false accusations against true arrests is why the people voted for you. And you should have your head high and proud. And with that, I bid you congratulations and good night. Have a blessed day.
Karen Springer. Springer. I always knew her Springer.
Good evening. I can't really congratulate everybody on the board because I really believe in my heart the oath of office you took, each one of you are violating my constitutional rights as a citizen in Warren. I also believe that the code of ordinances are not being upheld also for me as a citizen of Warren. I've been before council for 7 months and longer with a problem about the water meter program. I've addressed the issue and never received a response back in writing. I don't think the people really got a chance to vote for the right representation because I've heard some rumors that the senior citizens who are really elderly and they're in the towers or the citizens have people help them fill out their ballots, and if they don't know who they're voting for, the person that's assisting them are voting for you on council. I think that needs to be addressed to citizens like me. I also like to know why the new council held a meeting before now and the public was confused about putting it on the agenda and the rules and regulations of the bylaws and the Constitution. I question if you're following. I did appeal, the same appeal. I was denied information about the water meter program. And hopefully this Thursday, I'll get some answers with the judge, an honest answer about the program, about the product. And I really, truly believe that the Macomb County Justice and Public Safety Commission has a truer sense of representing the people in Macomb County, even though I'm just one citizen of that entity. But they're really concerned about how can you trespass on my property and I don't give consent to this new water meter device that I have no understanding about, no reinsurance, it's safe, and the privacy issue of the Fourth Amendment, which is part of the Constitution. So when laws are broken or rules are made not in compliance with state law or even the constitutional law, we should get rid of these rules and regulations in the city code ordinances. And to update this document, the people voted on it, and it was ignored, and it's still being ignored.
Microphone, Grace. No last name?
Oh, I think you know who I am.
I'm sorry. I do not.
First of all, while you're sitting there baying the gravel, you're not a judge. I know you want to be one, but I don't see it happening. You have been rude to the citizens that have come up to talk, Mr. St. Pierre, as you have always been. And according to your rules, you're not supposed to be talking back to the citizens, so why were you? First of all, the 3-minute rule does not go with the Open Meeting Act, which is a federal law. And if you want to continue to be rude, Scott Stevens won't be there to stop you from being recalled this time. You guys need, don't mumble. I'm talking. I will let you know when I'm done. You're being rude, and if somebody wants to do a personal attack, that's their right during their time too. This rule came in 1999 when you and Bussy and several other people were on this council. Scott Stevens claimed that in his campaigning and all that, he was going to get rid of it. It's still here. My advice to this council, you better get rid of it. Citizens pay you to come here and wait and talk, and they really do want a response from you, but a polite one. What you have been doing with that gravel, it's rude. And we do not deserve that from you for what you're getting. What is it, 27.4 benefits? And believe me, we do have a history. You might go around bullying senior citizens and getting people kicked out of houses. And you know I have proof on both of those. But do not treat the citizens the way you are, because it's not going to be allowed. You, Scott, don't ever come up to me. Actually, Mr. Stevens, that's a much better name for you. At a election poll, trying to be my buddy and telling me how I'm delusional on how you somehow came out of nowhere and messed up the recall so that we have somebody like St. Pierre up here. Because he was on your list, wasn't he? And then tell me I'm delusional because I have a tape recording of you on the phone, and I can send you the copy and everyone else in Warren. I know over 5,000 people in Warren, and they're all voters. I do not expect when people come up here to be treated rudely. Show some manners. You're supposed to be representing us, not us representing you. On top of it, I don't know if most people know, anybody can go and turn somebody's water bill off by a phone call. It costs them $25 to have it shut off, $25 to have it put back on. I was very lucky that Annette in the city attorney's office and Tom Palkowski were able to waive those fees. You're not a judge.
There's 3 minutes. Is there any motion to adjourn? There's no more audience participation. Any motions?
Go ahead and do it. I'm ready for a recall anytime.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. 3 minutes are up. Sorry.
Well, I'm still talking. You can't handle the heat, can you, St. Pierre? They gave you the wrong job.